Hello and welcome to English Hoot. I'm Lily, and I'll be your guide as we take this fun journey to improve your English skills.
And I'm Sam. We're so excited you're here with us today. Our goal is to help you understand fast English and have a great time doing it. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning for a while, we've got tips and tricks for everyone.
Absolutely, Sam. You know, one of the biggest challenges for English learners is understanding fast English. It can feel like trying to catch a speeding train, right? You hear the words, but they're all rushing by so quickly, and they don't always sound like the words you learned in class.
That's so true. Sometimes the words all mix together, and it feels like the sentences are running into each other. It's like you can't catch your breath, and before you understand one part, the speaker's already moving on to the next. But don't worry, you're not alone. Lots of learners feel the same way.
Right. But here's the good news. Fast English is not impossible to understand. It's just a bit different from what we see in textbooks. Native speakers talk in a special way, and once you learn to understand that rhythm, things get a lot easier.
Exactly. Native speakers often use contractions like I'm instead of I am, and they link words together. For example, what are you doing becomes what you doing. Sounds a bit funny, huh? But once you get used to it, you'll be able to catch on much faster.
And sometimes they skip sounds or change the speed of their speech depending on what they're talking about. It's like a secret code. So today, we're going to work on how to understand this real English.
It's not just about more words or grammar. You need practice, and we're here to help you practice. We'll guide you through the steps one by one so you can start catching that fast English in no time. Ready to get started?
Let's dive right in. But first, let's take a moment to understand why native speakers sound so fast when they talk.
Okay, so why do native speakers sound like they're in such a hurry? Well, it's not because they want to make things harder for you. Trust us, they're not trying to mess with you. It's just how natural English works in real life. Native speakers don't say every word slowly and clearly like in textbooks. They blend words together to make the conversation flow more smoothly.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, "What are you doing?" they might just say, "What you doing?" Or instead of, "I am going to," they'll say, "I'm gonna." And these small changes make conversations faster. Sometimes it's hard to catch those words because they blend together, but that's just how people speak naturally.
You also have to remember the stress and intonation of the words. This is huge. Stressing certain words can change the whole meaning of a sentence. For example, if someone says, I didn't say he stole the money, you can change the meaning just by stressing different words. If you say, I didn't say he stole the money, it means maybe someone else did it.
So it's not just about understanding individual words, but about listening to the rhythm, the way the words connect, and which words are important in the sentence. And trust me, once you start paying attention to these things, you'll start understanding a lot more.
Now, let's talk about something called connected speech. This is one of the biggest reasons why fast English sounds hard to understand. In real life, native speakers don't speak word by word. They connect words together.
For example, if you hear someone say, "Do you want to eat?" in a fast conversation, it'll probably sound like, "Do you want to eat?" Or instead of, "Could you help me out?" you might hear, "Could you help me out?" These changes are super normal in everyday speech.
It might sound strange at first, but don't worry, you'll get used to it. The more you listen, the easier it becomes to hear the words as a whole, not just as separate words. And that's how you start understanding fast English.
Let's practice this right now. I'll say a sentence slowly first, and then I'll say it faster. Ready? Here's the first one.
Slow. Did you eat already? Fast. Did you eat already?
Did you hear the difference? Did you becomes didja. Let's try another one.
Slow. What are you going to do now? fast. What you gonna do now?
Now you try it. Say it with me. What you gonna do now? Great job! You're already starting to catch on. It might feel tricky at first, but don't worry. Just practice every day and you'll improve.
And now let me give you a super helpful exercise you can do every day to improve your listening and speaking. It's called shadowing.
It's simple and fun. Here's what you do. Find a short video clip with native speakers, maybe a scene from a movie or a TV show.
First, listen to the clip without any subtitles. Try to understand the main idea of what's happening. Don't worry about catching every single word, just get the general meaning.
Then, listen again, but this time use the subtitles. Read along carefully and pause after each sentence. Now here's the fun part. Try saying the sentence out loud just like the speaker does. Copy their tone, their speed, and their emotions.
This exercise helps you train both your listening and speaking at the same time. It's called shadowing because you're following the speaker almost like you're their shadow. And don't worry if you don't get it perfect. The point is to keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to understand fast English better.
Now, let's focus on something else that will help you understand fast English: contractions. Native speakers use contractions all the time in everyday speech. So if you want to keep up with fast conversations, you need to be familiar with them.
For example, instead of saying, "I do not know," a native speaker will say, "I don't know." Or instead of, "Let me help you," it becomes, "Let me help you." These small changes happen in almost every sentence.
And the more you hear these contractions, the easier it will be to understand real English. These shortened forms are so common in spoken language that you'll hear them almost everywhere.
It's like a secret code. And guess what? The more you listen to real conversations, the better you'll get at recognizing these shortcuts. So when you hear someone say, "What are you going to do?" instead of "What are you going to do?" you'll know exactly what they mean.
Now, I want to talk about something important. Don't get frustrated if you don't understand every single word right away. Even native speakers sometimes miss words, especially when someone is talking too quickly or unclearly.
That's totally normal. Your goal is not to understand every single word. The key is to focus on the main ideas and the rhythm of the conversation. It's okay if you miss a few words. What's important is to keep practicing and making progress.
Exactly. Think of it like building muscles at the gym. Every time you listen, your brain gets stronger. And just like when you exercise, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So every time you catch a new phrase or understand a new sentence, you're making progress.
Absolutely. And here's a fun exercise for you, the 1-minute rewind. It's really easy to do and it will help a lot with your listening skills. Here's how it works. Find a short 1-minute video with native speakers. First, watch it without subtitles. Try to get the general idea of what's going on in the video. Then, rewind the video and focus on just one sentence. Try to understand every word in that sentence.
If you don't catch everything, no worries. Rewind again. You can keep replaying the sentence until you understand it. Repeat the sentence out loud and try to match the way the speaker says it. It might take a few tries, but that's okay. The important thing is to train your ears to catch the words. Now let's talk about real-world English. This is the kind of English you'll hear in movies, in cafes, or when people are just chatting with friends. Real-world English isn't always clear and formal like what you see in textbooks. It's full of slang, informal expressions, and sometimes even a little messiness.
For example, instead of saying, "Let me get something to eat," someone might say, "Let me grab a bite." Or instead of, "I'm gonna leave now," they might say, "I'ma head out." These are phrases you won't find in textbooks, but people use them all the time in real life.
So to get better at understanding real-world English, you need to listen to it. Watch TV shows, movies, or listen to podcasts where people are having natural conversations. Start with subtitles to help you. Then, when you feel more confident, try watching without them.
You can even listen to short clips while doing other things like cooking or walking. This helps your brain get used to the sound of fast, natural English. It's like training your ears.
One more great method to help you understand fast English is dictation practice. This is super helpful, especially for understanding the small words that people often drop or change when they talk quickly.
Here's how it works. First, find a short audio clip. It can be just 1 or 2 sentences. Listen to the clip carefully and try to write down exactly what you hear. Don't worry if you miss a few words. That happens to everyone.
Then play the clip again and listen one more time. See if you can fill in the missing words. Keep replaying it until you're confident that you've got it right.
Dictation practice helps improve your listening, concentration, and even spelling. Plus, it helps you focus on the small words that can be hard to catch in fast speech, like to or of or a. The more you practice, the easier it gets to follow fast conversations.
Okay, let's talk about chunking. Now, I know this might sound a bit complicated, but it's actually a super helpful concept when it comes to understanding fast English.
In English, we don't speak word by word. We speak in small groups of words called chunks. A chunk is a group of words that go together and sound like one idea.
For example, instead of hearing "how are you" as 3 separate words, your brain should hear it as one chunk, as "how are you?" Instead of "do you want to go," you might hear "do you wanna?"
That's right. And the best part is you don't need to translate every single word. Once your brain gets used to hearing these chunks, you'll start understanding fast English much more easily.
So, how can you practice chunking? It's simple. Just listen to the same phrases over and over and try to say them out loud. Watch shows or videos where people use real English and practice repeating the phrases they say. Next up is a super fun method called the listen and imagine technique. This method helps you understand fast English by building pictures in your mind instead of focusing on every single word.
Here's how it works. When you hear a sentence, you don't need to think about each word individually. Instead, try to picture what the sentence is describing. It's like watching a movie in your head.
For example, if someone says, "We grabbed some coffee and headed downtown," don't worry about the exact words. Just imagine 2 friends walking into a cafe, grabbing their coffee, and then heading into the city. This picture helps you understand the meaning more quickly without translating word by word.
Let's try a quick practice. Close your eyes for a moment and listen carefully to this sentence. She ran out of the house, jumped into the car, and drove off without saying a word.
Can you picture it in your mind? Maybe you see her running, jumping into the car, and driving away. That's the goal of the listen and imagine method. You don't have to understand every word, you just need to follow the meaning.
This method is awesome because it trains your ears to understand naturally, just like native speakers. Even just 5 minutes a day can really make a difference.
Okay, we've learned a lot of techniques so far, but there's one more thing I want to talk about: patience and mindset. Learning to understand fast English isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time, and that's okay.
Exactly. Sometimes when we don't understand something immediately, we might feel frustrated. But remember, this is a process, not a race. Every time you listen, even if it's just for a few minutes, your ears are getting stronger. You're building your listening muscles.
That's right. Just like exercise, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So don't stress if you can't understand everything right away. The goal is to make progress each day.
And when you understand a new phrase or sentence, celebrate. It might feel small, but each step is helping you get closer to understanding fast English. Keep going, and you'll see improvement over time.
Here's another great exercise to help you practice. It's called repeat after pause. This is a simple way to improve your speaking, pronunciation, and listening all at the same time.
Here's how it works. First, find a short video or audio clip, just a minute or two long. Play one sentence, then pause the video. Repeat the sentence out loud exactly the way the speaker says it. Try to match their speed, rhythm, and emotion.
After you've repeated one sentence, play the next one. Pause again, and repeat. Keep doing this with each sentence. It helps you get used to the rhythm of real, fast English, and it improves your pronunciation too.
This practice might feel a little tricky at first, but don't worry. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And before you know it, you'll sound more like a native speaker and understand fast English more easily.
Let's move on to something called active listening. Active listening means that you don't just hear the words, you focus on the meaning, the feelings, and the important parts of the conversation.
For example, when someone says, "I really don't want to go," they say the word really with more stress to show they feel strongly about it. Active listening helps you catch these emotions and understand the message better.
You don't always need to understand every word to get the meaning. If you listen carefully to the speaker's tone and emotions, you can often guess what they're saying. It's like reading between the lines.
Exactly. So when you're watching a video or listening to a podcast, pay attention to how the speaker sounds. Do they sound happy, sad, or excited? This can help you understand their message even if you don't know every word.
Now let's talk about something that can really help you understand English: background knowledge. When you already know a little about the topic, it's easier to understand what people are saying.
For example, if you watch a video about food and you know some food-related words, it's easier to understand what the speaker is talking about. You don't have to focus so much on every single word because you already know the general ideas.
Exactly. This is called context-based understanding. When you know a bit about the topic, it helps your brain guess the meaning, even if the speaker talks quickly.
So try listening to things you're already interested in. If you like sports, listen to sports podcasts. If you enjoy cooking, watch cooking videos. This will make learning more fun and help you improve your listening skills faster.
Let's take a moment to practice what we've learned. I'll tell you a short story in fast, natural English. Your job is to catch the main idea, even if you don't understand every single word.
Here's the story. So, I was running late for work, spilled coffee on my shirt, missed the bus, and had to call a ride just to make it to the meeting.
Okay, pause for a second. What happened in this story? Even if you didn't catch every word, can you understand the main idea? The speaker had a very busy, stressful morning.
That's right. Understanding fast English is not about catching every word. It's about catching the main message. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to follow stories like this with ease.
Now let's talk about pronunciation. When you listen to real English, you'll notice that words don't always sound like what you see in textbooks. Native speakers often join words together, and this can make fast English sound different.
For example, "What do you want to eat?" becomes, "What do you want to eat?" And "Did you see it?" becomes, "Did you see it?" These changes happen when people speak quickly, and they're completely normal in real conversations.
So, how can you practice this? Listen to real conversations and try to copy exactly what you hear. Speak quickly, just like the native speaker does. The more you practice, the more natural your English will sound, and the easier it will be to understand fast English.
All right, let's dive into a fun method called the echo method. It's a great way to improve your ability to understand and speak fast English at the same time.
Here's how it works. First, listen to a short sentence from a native speaker, then immediately repeat the sentence as quickly as you can, just like an echo. Try to match the speed, rhythm, and energy of the speaker.
For example, if the speaker says, "I can't believe he said that," you'd repeat, "I can't believe he said that." Try to keep up with the speaker and copy the way they say it.
At first, you might miss a few words, and that's totally okay. The important thing is to keep trying. The more you practice, the better you'll get at keeping up with fast conversations. Plus, you'll sound more natural when you speak, too.
This method is great for improving your pronunciation and your listening skills all at once. If you practice this for just a few minutes each day, you'll start to notice big improvements in how quickly you understand fast English.
Now, let's talk about something very important: accents. Not all native English speakers sound the same. People from different places, like the USA, the UK, Australia, or even different regions within the same country, speak with different accents.
That's right. For example, someone from New York might sound different from someone from California. Someone from London sounds different from someone from Scotland. Accents can really vary, and sometimes this can make fast English even harder to understand.
So, how do you get better at understanding different accents? The answer is simple: listen to many different accents. Try watching videos, listening to podcasts, or even listening to music from different English-speaking countries.
That's a great way to get used to the variety of sounds. When you listen to different accents, your brain will start to recognize the differences, and you'll become more flexible in understanding all kinds of English.
Let's try a quick example. Here's an example of casual American speech. "Hey man, I'm heading out soon. You coming or not?"
Did you hear it? Heading became headin', and coming became comin'. And or nah is a casual way of saying or not.
It's a little different from what you might expect, but with practice, you'll start recognizing these patterns. Let's try repeating it together. "Hey man, I'm heading out soon. You coming or nah?"
Awesome. The more you listen and repeat phrases like this, the more natural it will sound to you. Your brain will get used to all the different ways English can be spoken.
All right, let's move on to another fun way to practice: using movies and TV shows. Watching TV or movies is a great way to hear fast, real-world English. But how do you use them to improve your listening?
First, don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. That's totally normal. Here's how to make it work. Watch a short scene from a movie or show with subtitles in English. Read the subtitles and try to understand what the characters are saying.
Then watch the same scene again, but without subtitles. See how much you can understand just by listening. You'll be surprised at how much you can catch once you start practicing regularly.
Another tip is to pause the video after each sentence and repeat what the speaker says. This helps with both listening and pronunciation. If you hear a phrase you like, write it down and try to use it in your own conversations.
By using movies and shows, you can practice with real, natural English in a fun way. It's a great way to improve your vocabulary, learn new expressions, and get used to the rhythm of fast speech.
Next up is one of my favorite ways to practice: music. Music is not only fun, but it's also a great tool to help improve your listening skills.
Choose a song you like and look up the lyrics. First, listen to the song without looking at the lyrics. Try to feel the rhythm and the mood of the song. Don't worry if you don't understand every word.
Then, listen to the song again, but this time follow along with the lyrics. See how the words match the sounds. Finally, try singing along with the song.
Singing helps you get used to the natural rhythm and sounds of English. Many songs use everyday phrases like "I'm gonna" instead of "I am going to." So when you sing along, you're also practicing real English, not just textbook language.
Exactly. Plus, music is emotional and fun, so it helps your brain remember words and phrases much faster. It's like combining listening practice with entertainment.
Let's do one more quick practice together. I'm going to say a sentence in fast, natural English, and your job is to listen carefully and repeat after me. Ready?
Here's the sentence. We were supposed to meet at 7, but I got stuck in traffic and then couldn't find parking, so I ended up getting there almost an hour late.
Now, let's break it down into smaller parts. Part 1, we were supposed to meet at 7. Part 2, but I got stuck in traffic. Part 3, and then couldn't find parking. Part 4, so I ended up getting there almost an hour late.
Repeat each part after me, and then try saying the whole sentence together. It's okay if it feels fast at first, just take your time and practice.
Finally, let's talk about how to listen smarter instead of just listening more. It's not just about hearing English all the time. You want to be intentional about your practice.
For example, choose videos or podcasts that are a little bit challenging, but not too difficult. If something is too easy, you won't learn much. If it's too hard, you might feel frustrated. Try to find something in the middle.
Set a small goal for yourself, like listening to a short podcast every day or doing a dictation exercise 3 times a week. Small, regular practice is better than big study sessions once in a while.
Exactly. By practicing a little each day, you'll start to see big improvements in your listening skills. And one day, you'll realize that fast English is no longer a challenge. It'll just be part of your daily routine.
Okay, let's quickly review what we've learned today. We talked about connected speech, where native speakers join words together. We practiced listening to contractions, chunking, and using the listen and imagine method to help us understand faster.
We also did some fun exercises like the echo method and the repeat after pause technique. We learned how to use movies, shows, and music to practice listening, and we discussed how background knowledge can help you understand faster too.
And remember, the key is to keep practicing. Every time you understand a new sentence or phrase, you're improving. Keep listening every day, and soon understanding fast English will feel natural.
Learning English is a journey, and we're so glad you're on this path with us. Don't worry if it feels slow at times. Every little bit of practice counts.
Keep up the great work. We believe in you, and we know you'll keep improving every day. Thanks for joining us on English Hoot, and we'll see you next time.
Take care and keep listening. Bye.